I was always fascinated by relationships, and it was something that I was always studying, working on, because I believed that life is just not a life that's meant to be not happy. I was always striving for finding great relationships because I wanted to die a happy person. And I was very different to the rest of the people, a lot of the people generally. So I'm the type of person that I always used to say, I'd rather be single than settle. And this is why I want to pass this forward to people out there when they're settling, to give some inspiration. So, people, what I've learned, and I can pass it forward, is that in order for you to be able to get what you really, really want, you must be ready to say no to stuff that you don't want. And it sounds quite simple, right? It's not easy, but nobody said life is easy, you know? I found myself in the past settling for less than I really wanted, you know? And I compromised myself. I compromised myself by accepting things that were not okay. It was less than the stuff that I wanted. And in the end, that came at a cost to me. You know, there were times that I would say, what could I have done differently? And my answer to this, if a lot of you are asking, what could you do differently? Honestly, there's probably nothing that you could do differently. Why do I say that? Because relationships are all about lessons. They're lessons that you need to learn, right? It's a journey that we all take, right? That it's destined for us, that's going to lead you to where it is that you're supposed to be and to find the person that you're supposed to be with. So, if you're a person like me that wants to have a great life and a great relationship, a great marriage, a great partnership, you need to understand that settling is not an option, right? You've got to believe in the things that don't seem that you can believe in. So all my past choices were quite difficult, but I did learn a lot of things, all right? Every choice that I took then had a lot of long-term consequences for me. And I was lucky enough because I was paying attention. So I'm the type of person that literally analyzes things and people and situations. And I always ask, what is the lesson behind all of this? And why do I go through what I go through? And in the end, it's quite rewarding. You know, I had lots of people judging throughout my path because the people would say that, you're too difficult, or you're looking for everything. There's no Prince Charming. There's no that. You know, people will give their opinions on that, you know. But I agreed to them. But deep inside, I kept on going. I've learned in the past through different people that when it sounded too good to be true, it probably was, you know. At the time I settled because a lot of fears came up and doubts, and I doubted a lot of things, but I kept on going regardless. What I did differently was facing my fears and believing in the impossible, right? The choices that I made, right? And the results were a direct reflection of how worthy I felt and how well I wanted to take care of myself and also to be happy. When I defended against what other people used to say about me, they always used to say, you're wrong, I'm right, what you're doing is not good. Life is meant to be like that. You're never going to get what you want. There's no such thing as perfection. Yeah, of course, there's no such thing as perfection. But I always believed deep inside that there is a person out there for me that is ideal, that is somebody that when I grow old, I would be happy and I would choose him all over again, right? Sometimes life doesn't work out the way we want it to work. Sometimes we have that need or sometimes we have that expectation. But life works the way it works, whatever you try to do. Now, your question might be, is there any way I can catch myself settling before it's too late? And my answer will be yes, right? And you just need to listen to the garbage that you tell yourself. For example, you might be saying to yourself that you don't want to be alone, that you really, 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 really want a relationship, that you're tired of looking, and you might as well choose that person that you're with right now, or maybe go back to your ex. I know lots of girls and boys who, want to go back to their exes because they're so tired of looking, so they might as well go to something that they felt more comfortable with or have a sense of familiarity. There's people out there that say, they're not going to find anything better. That thing doesn't exist. And they could say, I'd rather have this than risk not getting into anything, than not finding anything later. Because, I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. I'm like over my 35s, over 40s or whatever. And I'm not going to find anything. So people just, they stick around to average relationships. They settle. Because these people don't believe that they actually deserve true happiness. They settle with maybe, 60 to 70%. And that number can be quite high. But all the things I say above, these things are false, And you might be saying these things to yourself, that you can't find what it is that you're looking for. It's totally false. What happens is that your self-esteem is so low that you allow the above words to dictate your choices in your life. So, what can be done about it? So, what can you do differently? And that is so fucking simple. You definitely need to require 100% and do not settle for less. Because life is short and it's worth having a beautiful life in the end. The times when I spoke to myself into getting myself to accept the 80%, that's what prevented me from being able to experience the 100%. Even if you have the 80% in a relationship, there's more that you can get. And I don't know why you're settling and why you don't want the full package. Why? Why are you settling? Why aren't you working for things? Why? You are worthy of finding a true partner for yourself, and you may only find that true partner when you completely learn how to love yourself 100%. And you also need to learn to face your fears and to fiercely fucking go after the 100% of what you really want and what you truly believe that it's possible. You do deserve love. And you do deserve to be loved. Everybody is worthy of that. This is what we're here for. To experience love and to learn what it's all about. And that saying they used to say, seek and you shall find. It's true. Seek and you shall find. Be persistent and you shall find. How persistent are you? How much do you want that? For me, it was a matter of life and death. I was always a person to build myself after all the failures I've been through. I worked hard for it. I worked really, really hard for it. Relationships were not easy because they were not meant to be easy. They were not meant to be easy. And I've been through a couple of toxic ones and quite healthy relationships also. But I still wanted more. Did that make me selfish? Yes. But it's a selfish that comes from a place of love, not an egoistical place. So I want to wrap up this recording and say to you, you should fiercely believe that it's better to be single, really, than to settle with just anyone.